Look at this video. Look, do you see this? Is the microphone working? Desktop audio working? Look at this video. Why? Okay, that was me using CamPram to set the settings to what I want it to be. But watch this. I'm going to switch to a different input where this camera feed's disabled, and then I'm going to switch back. Okay, it worked one time, and then it didn't work the second time. Windows is terrible. Hi, by the way. Hey, it's me, Scott. This is Windows 11. Also, I don't want to talk about it. The Windows Store was so broken, and I couldn't make it work, and the camera's too low. And tried all the stupid things, whatever. WS Reset, is that what it's called? Anyway, Windows is bad. Windows 11, also bad. Looks a little bit different, also bad. Why are things allowed to just mess with my camera settings? Inexplicable. Hi. I thought we would try to do something today. I haven't streamed in a while. Got to get back in the flow a little bit, I think, for the new year. And I started this thing yesterday. I don't know what to call it. I mean, I called it Window, W-I-N-D-O, which is not a very good name. But let's take it a step at a time. Let's do, let's get some wallpaper first of all. Okay, wait, don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. Let's open Visual Studio, make sure that everything we have open is okay. I've been working on some, working on secret stuff. Not really that exciting, but I just get so paranoid. And of course, running OBS, my desktop audio and microphone audio sources were broken because, it's Windows. And everything's broken all the time. Okay, so let's just try this. Ignore this tiny thing. Go over here, and let's do... So it's really hard to say what's going to work, what's not going to work. Why is my bitrate jumping from 3,000 to 7,000? I don't know. But I do kind of like this picture. Picture? That's how my family says it. Picture. Picture. So let's go with it. So, okay. Here's the thing. I think I was complaining about this before, is that, I just want to be able to... I don't really know why I want this. Well, I do now. Wait, I can't write this and say open encode? Open encode is gone? Okay, so I right click and I get some really fancy dumb Windows 11 version of this thing. But I can say show more options and just see the Windows 10. Great, that's great. Okay, anyway. I was thinking about a very silly kind of KVM, not even really, there's no V, not even really even a switch, but just the idea of well, what if I could have my iPad over here and have iMessage on it so I can talk to humans and just go over there with my keyboard and mouse, not have to switch anything, not have to do anything, basically just have a window that is a little portal to my iPad. And I realize there's other real solutions for this, real software solutions, real hardware solutions even. But then, what would I do with myself if I didn't have some dumb thing to build today? So I actually started this last night just to see, because I haven't built a Windows application that wasn't just built with some other framework for, forever, almost. Did some Visual C++ thing in, 2002? Is that the last time I built a Windows application? Anyway. Just a straight up Windowsy Windows application, And so I was looking at the .NET business, and you could .NET, whatever. You could use the .NET tool to make a kind of, what do we want to say? Template shell project of a what's it called? WPF application as opposed to Windows Forms. So I did that, and I very quickly just crammed some stuff in here without really knowing what I was doing, and with a healthy amount of just grabbing things from Stack Overflow. And I have a basic thing. It doesn't it's like fundamentally not the thing that I want, but it seems like a start. Maybe. So, and it's actually kind of interesting. I mean, it's got some XAML file, and you go in here and you put your business of what you want the controls to be. In this case, I just have control. I don't know why this is called misdirect. Let's call it main rectangle. Although misdirect is a pretty cool name, actually. Misdirect. Seems like that should be like an enemy name in something. Like misdirect or Mr. Rect, or could be any of these things. Anyway, if we do a .NET run, the basics of what we got going here are the following. Actually, it's not .run, first of all, it's .NET run, and then also I remembered we need to debug build so we get actual output. So everything I just said was wrong. Let's ignore all the wrongness for the moment. What did I do? Did I get in trouble because I just renamed misdirect or something? Can I not do anything right now? So that was weird because that did run. Okay, let's do a couple things. This is too teeny tiny. Did I accidentally edit something else? No. Do a very, very tiny little window here. Let's see 512 by 12. I don't know if I really introduced anything properly. Who knows where my mind is? Last position. So what's your problem? Like, I don't care if that's not used. Why would that prevent this from running? Okay, what did I actually break? Oh, it just breaks because of this. Doesn't give me an error. Cool. Okay, so we get a dumb window here. So the thing this dumb window does, this weird trail. What is love in action? If I click this, I'm now locked in this window. If I click it again, I can escape. So that is all I built last night so far, which literally was just like, without knowing what I was doing, made this, did this business. With weird indentation. Well, let's just go with it. Oops. Kind of would have thought that Studio Code would indent this in a sane way, but it doesn't really seem to. So yeah, all we're really doing here is we're making it a big rectangle with a couple of event handlers or bindings for event handlers, and there's a couple of event handlers in here. And all I do is I say when I click it, if it isn't captured, we use this weird thing, this clip cursor doodad that just says the cursor can't go outside of a region of the screen, which is pretty weird because it's totally unrelated to this window. It's just me telling Windows to constrain the cursor, but it seems to do the job for now. It does not do what I want it to do, really, but that's okay for the moment. And then otherwise it lets it go. And that's basically all this thing does. So very short program. Again, just want to be clear, I definitely don't know what I'm doing. But that's never really stopped me before. So can I debug build this and get some output, or are we more broken than that? Okay. Always wants to open over here, so we can go in here. Okay, so I'm logging XY, which is reasonable, but you can see when I hit the boundaries it stops updating, which is definitely something I don't want. I want to know about the mouse moving even when I'm trapped in a boundary, but I'm gonna ignore that for the moment. And let's also just make this 16:9 just for kicks. Oops. What is that? 640 by 220? 360. Have a cute little 16:9 window. I did that backwards, so cool. Why would I have height first? Why would I do that? Okay. So, yeah. Idea currently, I mean, this is, we're going to take this step at a time. This is very bad. But we capture the window. We're constrained inside here. That's very exciting. We get the mouse coordinates relative to 0, 0 up in the corner to our... funny that it lets us go beyond really the boundary we have determined. Or it actually doesn't let us even fully get to the boundary determined. I wonder why that is. We can hit the full height. Wait, no we can't. We lose 40 pixels there. 17 pixels. Who knows? I don't know what Windows is doing. Again, this is just to get the ball rolling. Don't really know what I'm doing here. But so the idea, the goofball idea, is that we will talk to a serial device, and I wonder what the right way to do that is. I mean, you probably want to talk, you know, probably you're supposed to put your application logic inside an app. Doesn't that seem like a thing you're probably supposed to do? It's a partial. Or I could just cram everything in here, you know? Which I think is what I'm going to do. So let's start with just... I think the best device that I have that I can think of to use at the moment for this is a... I mean, really, there's some schools of thought, but this is what I'm going to start. The wrong box. Okay. So, one day I would like to label those boxes, but I've not been able to buy a label maker because they're all so stupid and terrible. And you know how that goes. So yes, this is an Arduino Duo, state of the art as of, I don't know, 10 years ago? When did they start making these? 6, 7 years ago? I'm becoming an old person, so time is getting harder to understand. Anyway, let's try this programming port. I just realized we'll need another one of these, but I'm going to ignore that fact for the moment. And let's... That was that was a Windows 11 sound. Kind of missed it. Doom to the loom. I'm going to downgrade back to Windows 10. Have better sounds. Okay, so probably want a new sketch, right? This is Windows, and programs close when you close all of the windows, which is a thing I will never like or ever get used to. So let's, what do we want to call this? KVM. I'm out of clever names. KM. Clever name. Anybody? Oh wait, I'm not even looking at. Okay. Just realized chat was not showing properly. Okay, so KVM. KM. 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 Cam. I don't know what it's called. We'll come up with a name. Save as. Okay, I just to put something on here, you know. So I don't actually know how to do this thing that I'm thinking of. We want to talk to the programming port. Right? Oh, that doesn't seem right. COM1. That doesn't seem right at all. Who knows what's on this thing? There we go. Okay. Do a programming port. So let's just upload something there. The thing we want to do is we want to talk. Via serial, we want to get some serial data, so on and so forth, right? So we want just serial, right? Anybody? How do you, isn't it just called serial? We probably want hid. Huh. Is that library different than keyboard and mouse? What does hid do? So slow. Okay. Keyboard, mouse, abs mouse. There's not just something called hid. Keyboard, mouse, joystick. Okay. Anyway. Maybe you don't need a library for serial. Maybe I'm just remembering. Because it's going to be something like serial. I don't remember. We got to look it up. So somewhere will be, oops, will be examples. It's not hard at all. I just haven't done it for a while. Analog read serial, digital read serial. USP, keyboard and mouse control. Just want the basicest of serial. Okay, whatever. You have to do anything. I thought you had to do something though. Maybe not. Maybe you just get it kind of for free. I don't know. Probably thinking of the wrong platform. Being? You know, just a serial being. Serial being 100 to 200, and then in thinking about how I'd actually make this thing, who knows? I mean, I've got a couple extra duos here. Maybe that's how I would do it. So we get a high, we talk in. So, and then we just need to see like a serial. There was a serial event, which I never really do, but maybe I should. Should I do event instead of the normal, like... I mean, it's still serial available, so like... Drum between each loop, but I don't know. I don't feel like that does much for me. So what if there's more than one character? I'm gonna make a very terrible little echo. Okay, looks like we put things in, we get things out. So that's a thing. So now we need to talk to it. .NET serial stuff is not good, but let's... But will probably be adequate for this purpose. I just think it isn't very good for like high-speed stuff, but... eh. I've never used it. Maybe I have. Let's say I've never used it outside of Unity. I guess that's probably true. And even then, I feel like I more often do something real goofy. Some bytes. Try some bytes. I'll try some cares. I think there'd be some kind of little... Okay. Well, this example's more than I want, but... And don't you think I probably am supposed to do this in here? But I don't want to, but I'm probably supposed to. I'm going to ignore that for the moment. Just never done any WPF stuff before. And I don't really want to. So this looks to me like we need to have a where are we? System.io. What? System.io.ports.serial.port. Where are you? System.io.ports. What's your problem? So I don't know. This may not be the way to do this. I mean, it's almost certainly not the way to do this, but site name. In the namespace system.io.ports, it's been forwarded to the assembly system.io.ports. Is this not the way to do this? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that means. Does this not mean that this class is in this namespace? But there's an assembly called system. So what? Oh yeah, that's just straight up in Unity land. Okay. Using system.io.ports. What's wrong with this? .NET Core. Oh, is that the issue? It's like .NET Core. I see. What do I do about that? What do I do about that? Oops. What obvious thing am I missing? I don't know about this. I feel like there's another flavor of .NET I could be using that would solve this problem, but whatever. Let's just get it going, and then if we care about this project very much, maybe we can try to make it not terrible. But we are gonna say what? Somewhere in here we want to have a serial port open, presumably. Any parameters? Excuse me. Okay, we got to do all the... Seem weird. Let's just start putting stuff in. Oops. Port name. Something. Something, right? Tools, com3. Can I get away with just com3 even though it has the whole business after it? And all the other stuff, let's just pretend is okay for now. See what happens. Gonna break, right? Okay. Now let's have a... I don't know. Let's have some method whose job it is to... What's a point? Two doubles. That's not really how we're going to do this. How do we want to do it? Really, the delta is what we actually want to send, right? Like when something's moving, we just want to send a delta. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't like doubles. Something like this. That is kind of interesting because we need to be able to send. We need to be able to write like little commands in. For example, if we wanted a char buffer. How do you do this in C#? Something like this. Okay, we want these to be bytes. How are we gonna do that? Like, what are we gonna send? If it is really the delta is probably gonna be like not more than 128, and so we could do a signed integer or something. I don't know. Oh no. Oops. Definitely just thinking. It's like thinking out loud when I'm doing it while typing. This thing will be easy. Right? Because we just need to send a... Let's write shorthand. Is that right? Something like this. How do we know when something comes back? That's the problem. We need to like actually be reading all this business and whatever. I don't really want to do that. So the thing that would be like a fancy pants thing to do so what I basically want to do is when data comes in, have it talk. Like do the USB host business. Oh, that's not true. Wait a second. Although that's kind of interesting. Huh. Well, that's not what I was thinking of doing, but that's kind of crazy. Like plug into the Dua and use it instead, but what would it talk to? It could talk via serial to a bunch of teensies that were emulating. Huh. That's kind of interesting. So it's almost the same idea, but instead of the computer, the Windows computer doing it, the Duo would do it. I'm not totally opposed to that. It's a pretty interesting... It's kind of an interesting thing. Well, let's just get started with... You know, like if but how do you, which port does it go to? Because I don't want this to happen on the programming port. I want to have it happen on the talking to yourself. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so many problems with this. I mean, just even thinking about it very slightly more. Like having the keyboard stuff pass through totally directly, totally accurately. For function keys and stuff. Oh. You know, like, can you, gosh, can you even do that? Oh, interesting. It's in capital letters. It automatically, I mean, that's handy. Okay, so if we did this, if we got the character and tried something insane, like this keyboard right. Very silly. Okay. The other cable, I guess we can just test this totally in isolation. If I send a character and it comes through, it's hard for me to believe that this would work. That would be this simple, but maybe it will be this simple. Too many USB-B minions. Nobody needs that. Remove little on-the-go cables. Oh, where all my micro USB cables are. Been trying, it's been a slow process, but trying to work my way towards USB-C life, but you know, things take time. Okay, let's try this. This is, again, hard to believe that this will work, but I will plug. So we uploaded that. I will plug this into. Is this going to be a power only cable and make me angry? Yeah, this really seems like it's not going to work, but let's try it. I'll plug this into this laptop over here. Okay. Just want to get a text editor over here. So what do I actually have to do? I have to do like something. I have to do a keyboard begin. So let's upload this. Seems weird to have this plugged into two separate machines, but almost feels dangerous. Did that work? Should have left in the keyboard H, keyboard begin. We did a keyboard right when this came in. So let's also do, just so we know what's happening. Definitely something doesn't quite feel right with the way I have this plugged in. So that's the native USB port. Plug something in there. We got the echo back. Okay, I am actually getting this stuff on the Mac. So that's pretty wild. Caps are working. I am getting special characters. I am getting special characters. Stuff like delete, backspace, things like that might be, we'll have to figure those out. So anyway, okay, so I'm typing and it's appearing on the Mac, which is pretty weird. This is like slightly easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we feel like we are able to send data, and the data that comes in, if it's keyboard data, okay, this is where it's gonna be tricky, right? Because we really need to send like little 2-character packets in. You know what I mean? Like, we need to be able to send in a packet that's gonna say, like, hey, here's a little packet that is kind of like I did here. Like, here's a little packet that says, hey, we're about to send, like I did 8. It could be whatever. 16, for example. And this was going to be delta X, and it's going to be, that would have been 2. Can I do this? No. I mean, I could always do this, right? I could always do... Is there any reason I can't do that? Just go in there like that. So we'd send this. This would be too long. So basically we're saying, like, hey, we send a packet that's 2 characters, you know, in this case, the packet's 3 characters long. It starts with an 8. It's just some arbitrary number, why not? And my bitrate does not seem as stable as it should be. I don't know why. Maybe the NAS is doing NAS stuff. There's always this is where it gets goofy, is like, what if I read it in the middle of one of these, you know? Like, I need, I need a good control character that's not going to be used, I guess. I mean, or I have 2 control characters that it's like, hey, if you get 2 of these same things in a row, or I don't know. This is like, try to write a protocol sort of thing. We could ignore this and do like corbs or something. Like, use some actual reasonable way of doing this. How do we want to do it? What is the shortest path to... I mean, you should never get a null. Because if you send a 0, it would be 48. So we really probably could say... like start of text, end of text, or something like that. Like, End of transmission. I just don't know what the... How's it going? Boon 215. Hello there. I'm making up a protocol. Maybe. I'm doing okay. This is the thing I always get stuck on, trying to decide, like, should I just use some thing that exists, like COBS, consistent overhead byte stuffing? Is that the term? Just make a silly little protocol, and it probably doesn't matter. I probably could just send like little blobs of packets, and it would be fine. End of transmission block. Remix of transmissions. Where there's only transmission. We could Google it. It's true. Google could tell us what to do. I mean, there's definitely some Arduino libraries for this, but I don't know. I feel like it's a thing that I would like to actually. Oh, we should be able to send Unicode characters too, right? We want to be able to send whatever character. That's a whole thing, huh? We can't send anything. Okay, wait, okay. This is a thing to consider, actually, because at the moment, yeah, that's pretty annoying, huh? Can I only send ASCII like this? That would be kind of crazy. Only ASCII characters. Well, this is terrible. Okay. I am making a terrible device, and it's going to be extra terrible, I just realized, if I do it this way, but whatever. Oh gosh, this means I really shouldn't do it this way, probably. I have a silly goal where I'm on a Windows machine right now. I would like to be able to, I've got a Mac right here. Sometimes my phone is right there. Sometimes I have an iPad right here. And I would like to, from Windows, be able to just like stick my mouse somewhere and type and iMessage somebody. And of course, there's like real solutions to do that. But I was thinking of just making a ridiculous, totally unnecessary device that no human would actually need, just to see kind of if I could. And I feel like I had a plan, and that plan was going well, and we were moving right along, when I just realized a grievous error. And my grievous error is that the thing I was about to do would not support, or would only support ASCII. So you couldn't send any extended characters, which is outrageous. Like, I couldn't even send, like, no accented character, anything, nothing. There are a million apps. There's a million things that do this. I don't think any of them are good. I don't like any of them. And if I'm going to use something that's bad, I might as well make a bad thing myself. And I may not even really use this. I kind of think it's funny. I thought, or even I could, like, I don't know. I can think of some uses of this that would be kind of funny and weird. but this kind of sucks. Like if I can only, is that really true? Like the notion that you could only send ASCII seems crazy. Doesn't that seem crazy? Like, if your keyboard can do it... I just don't know what... Okay, sorry, not Unicode, UTF-8. Can I send UTF-8? Or is there just like some fancy thing that's actually happening internally? I don't know enough about it, really. I watched that the Ben Eater videos on how keyboards send data, and I don't remember any of them. Okay, PS2 key map, PS2 keyboard codes. Okay, I don't think this is really what I want, but maybe it will help guide me in the right direction. What are you doing with your Saturday night, Boone 215? Maybe that's to emulate through PS2. I mean, it's honestly, for my incredibly limited use case, maybe I shouldn't even get caught up on this. I see, so it looks like a string, but you can do this. It's possible? Okay. Okay, well, so it seems like people have done some work. So if it really became a concern, it looks like it could be possible. So. So, okay, let's continue to move ahead with the terrible version of this that we have at the moment. And the thing we want is, yeah, so we're thinking about what a protocol would be. Like, sending just straight up characters would be real easy. Maybe. I mean, at the end of the day, we know we're going to have to send some bytes. Maybe these bytes will be UTF-8 characters, maybe there'll be more keys, but we're going to send an array of keys, basically. And this will be our little indicator. So, looking at the ASCII table, yeah, I don't really know, like, how do people do this? I mean, I just don't know what these dudes are for. Non-data section. The partition containing addresses and other housekeeping. Yeah, I just don't want to go too nuts about. I mean, you know, start of text, end of text kind of sounds like a thing you might want. Or, It seems weird that start of, or that there's not like an end of transmit. But it just feels, or a start transmit to balance out the end of transmit feels like a feels imbalanced. So these were carried over to Unicode. Unicode has cool characters. I wonder what people do. Like, is there a any conventions for this? There's like start of header, and then we start the text. And the text. I mean, this is a general idea I was thinking of. You know, you're just leafing through, you're watching everything that comes in, you're like building some buffer, and then you're just trying to just know in practice, like, what are the actual chances that I'm going to catch something mid-buffer? Let's try it like this. I don't know if I like this, but let's just do it. We'll have a start of text and an end of text. So we'll just send like a 2 when we're starting. We'll basically start with a 2. End with a 3. Let's just see. See how I feel about it. You know? That would be the key. What was it? I already forgot. So what we'll do is have like now here's how I would normally do this, is something like so we'll get the, so let's give it as a byte. Something like if buffer index is equal to 0 and the data is equal to stx, something like this, then we know we're gonna start. And this is sort of silly because we always know. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. Could also have just like a bool reading or something. Because you could basically say, like, if this is true, reading equals true. And then basically, if reading and data equals ATX, reading equals false. Oops. I'll say it like this. We're not reading. Whenever we start reading, we'll reset the buffer index. And this is what we'll like process our data, basically. Because we've hit the end of our read. And so and then otherwise it's just something like this. And then basically we'll say something like buffer 0 is equal to mouse. I'll do this thing. This may want to be a switch, but I will. If buffer 0 is equal to keyboard, do this thing, and in this case, the thing will be we'll write the character that is at buffer 1. I don't know, man. Feels pretty silly. So what did we do wrong here? I don't remember the syntax for this. A buffer reserved in some way? I don't recall. Just keep changing things until oops. This is just silly. Just remember. C++ array initialization. How do you do it? Just this, right? Okay. What's your build this nice fancy keylogger. What happened? What are you talking about? What if I can't build it while it's plugged into this other machine? For some reason. Because as I try to write to it, is it doing something weird? I don't know. Okay, so I forgot to do this thing. So how am I going to test this? H term? Is that what we're using? Why did we not get our high? I don't remember how to do this. What did I say? 2. And like, I'm definitely making this hard on myself, but whatever. 41. And then 3. So that was my received data. So I did get the A back. So if I did a 41 there, if I did a 42 here, I should get a B back. I did. Okay. I cannot believe that worked. Cannot actually believe it worked, but okay, great. So cool, I guess. I really can't believe that worked the first try. I'm like slightly flabbergasted. So we need like a keyboard event, like a key down. I guess on this friend. And again, I have no idea how you're really supposed to organize this, but we'll figure it out. So if we got a key, E key, that's all we have to do, right? So we have E. What data type is key, though? This example makes no sense to me. Oh, I guess it kind of makes sense. Okay, so a key down event. This is not. Oh, we need key event args. So what is key code? Wait, that was forms. I'm not supposed to be in forms land, right? Key event args. This looks like there's a key code, but I really don't know how to tell the difference between. So there's the key, get the keyboard key associated. But how do you get the key code? Get care from key. Great. Kind of figured it was going to be something like that because there's that syntax seems to be. Yeah, where does get care from key? Where is that? But I don't wait. That's in forms. So that's not what I want. This looks terrible and I hate it. Gross. Key converter and a key up event. Let's use a key converter. I don't want a string. I want a care. I guess that's easy enough. But... Oh, WebMage, how's it going? Don't look at me. I'm just getting annoyed with Windows because I don't really know what I'm doing. I want to care. I want to sure. I just don't really know, like, any of this documentation. I don't know how to look at it at a glance and understand the difference between like Windows Forms stuff and WPF stuff, and if it matters. I don't know. I guess I'm not alone. It's good. It's good. We can all hate it together. This feels like it shouldn't be very hard. Just want to care. That's all. That's all. get care from key. But who is this? Who are you? Because I see it's System Windows Forms. Is that bad? Am I not supposed to be using that? Will that take a... It wants a key. Eesh. What? What? No, that's not what I said. No, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, I've written, I don't know. I don't even know. A million lines of C#, I guess. But it's all in Unity. And I've done a little bit of like straight up .NET stuff, but not very much. So as far as like doing stuff the Windows-y way, especially because Windows is such a nightmare of garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage, I don't actually know. You never know what you're looking at. Like, am I looking at the contemporary correct way to do this, or am I looking at some, 30-year-old solution, or is the 30-year-old solution still the correct way to do things? I don't know. I just want to care. I just want a care. Okay, what do I actually have? So this works, which is a minor miracle. What do we actually have? We have a key event args.key. Oh, awesome. How's it going? Are you doing some heat stuff? Is heat even on? I should probably work on heat one of these days, right? Okay, heat's not broken. That's good news. Good news. Look at this mess. I don't want this mess. Key interop, virtual key from key, keyboard state. I don't want any of this stuff. I mean, if we eventually are going to try to support more than just ASCII, maybe we do want that stuff. But at this very moment, well, welcome. I think you should do something cool with heat. I mean, somebody should. Some people have done some fairly cool stuff with heat. I thought I made a thing with heat that now I can't even find. I don't know. I mainly just leave it on Kissy's booth these days. Virtual key from key. I hate the internet. This is backwards. I want it the other way. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I have to be missing something because this cannot be this stupid, right? Right? I must be missing something. It has to be way easier than this. There's no way it's this dumb, right? It's probably this dumb. It probably really is. Okay, I mean, I realize I keep like jumping through things. So preview text input, text composition, event args. Listen for text input in a device independent manner. The keyboard is probably means of. Okay. So what does that mean? So text input event? What does text input event give me? I don't understand this documentation. Do I need a text input event args? Is that what I'm missing here? I made that up. Is it a thing? Appears to be a thing. So that's a create one, but how can I just get it? Also, what is this documentation? Where's the actual... Text composition event handler. Text composition event args. Text composition event args has control text, has text. Oh boy. This sucks. There has to be just a straightforward way to do this, right? I'm just missing... Okay, did I not look at this still yet? Where's the actual documentation for this? There isn't one? Because it's not real? What'd you say to do, person? Oh, that's just a post of how to do this. This might be one of those times where I'm trying to convince myself that there is a way to do something that is straightforward. And there isn't. I mean, is that text composition event? Is that what I want? Like text composition event. How do you listen for this? PD text input? Like how do you... Were I going to do this? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to basically just write a keylogger, right? That's all. It's an age-old tradition, time-honored tradition. People love it. But it's not on a text box. I just want to get like the raw keys. I mean, and that's another thing I presumably could do, is just get raw keyboard events in some way. I mean, not happy about this. I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, this is gonna give me weird strings for control characters and stuff. This is not gonna be the right thing. But just in the interest of trying to move forward slightly, let's try this. It's wrong for sure, but just, you know, even kind of having something work, I just want to even kind of try to have something working. So let's do this thing. And say that if we're captured, let's just write. This is where it's going to break down, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to give us just really goofy output. Excuse me? What? What are you talking about? Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, I'll buy that because it is true. We are connected to the serial port there, so I will give you that. Okay, we have this stupid thing. If we do this, we get our mouse. We seemingly are not getting any keyboard input. And why would that be? We say if we're captured, which we should be captured when we're... What did I not call? Maybe I can't have a key down on a rectangle or something? Is rectangle just a shape type? That's forms, though. Let's key down. I was saying this might be a focus thing. Can I do this? It's kind of interesting because I wonder if this actually should be on the dock panel or something like that. Let's just temporarily not do this and just see if it makes any difference. You working on anything exciting, WebMage? I mean, it's also possible that I just... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you say like who has focus or doesn't have focus. Focus. Oh, come on. Still having... What's my problem here? You know, aside from the obvious. Oh yeah? What does your Twitch bot do? Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I misread that. But you said you recently released one. I got you. Streamer bot. See. I only have a terrible bot that does nothing except annoy me occasionally. Does it work? Has the bot made this even running? Yes. Okay. Good to know. Should I be using a canvas? Keyboard focus it. So I should just focus. How do I get a reference to that thing? Okay, whatever. Let's try this, and this is gonna be great, and you're gonna love it. And I'm just making this up, but I could maybe see something like when we capture, we focus the thing. Anything about that? I mean, that sounds useful, and I definitely don't want to do anything useful. Anti-useful. Didn't that seem like it? I felt, you know, that just felt like a thing that was going to work. For just a second, some part of me was like, yeah, this is going to work. Although I got rid of the thing that I needed, which was key down equals on key down. Each term can go away. I did a terrible, I made a terrible, I should finish that one of these days, but I won't. I made a terrible robot that you could, oh my gosh, we have letters. I made a terrible bot that you could do that and it would talk, it would like read the letter to you, or read the weather from some API. It was a weird little AI talking robot and it was a disaster, but it was kind of funny. Okay, so, okay, I feel like something almost works here. So we're printing here, but we're no longer, I'm not seeing it show up on the, ooh. Okay. I'm getting no keys over there, so, but that makes me think, did we actually get this working? Because I just realized something. So we have the A, we have the B. If we connect to COM3, we send data. Something looks not happy. No, we got a B. B. But I'm not getting keyboard output. So what did I break here? It's like this keyboard, right? The serial print seems like it's working. Because we're sending a serial. Okay, let's make this a serial print, first of all. I have a major problem where I start way too many things on stream and they never get finished, but that's how things go sometimes. So we send this. We get a B. B. But the this isn't working. So what's why is this no longer working? Like unplug and plug in everything. Okay, wait. That time it did work. Okay, so send. Okay, I gotta be over there. So disconnect this. Go over here. This is incredibly fragile already, as expected. Click here, and I'm not getting data. I'm not getting data. It's also weirdly, yeah. Okay. It's also weirdly uppercase because we're very much cheating. But I don't actually understand why we're not getting... So I guess let me try this. We have all this. Let me unplug all these things and plug them all in again. What is the problem, says me. So what are we doing differently? We're getting that string, we're converting it to a chair. It's going in here in a way that seems like it should kind of work, right? Like, it just sort of seems like it should work. But it's like the keyboard part isn't working or something. Okay, let's fully unpower this. Let's power it again. I mean, it's definitely not a surprise that it doesn't work. But I don't really get it. What do you think the problem is, people at home? H term was working. So maybe the thing to do... Is this wrong? Sending that as a byte instead of a char. Let's try this. Just... I mean, it's clearly above my pay grade also, but... It's just bytes, you know? I mean, the weird thing is trying to use this Arduino across two machines simultaneously, so I could certainly see there being some nonsense. Oh, also, of course, that is my trace that I'm printing, so that doesn't really count. We're calling update keyboard, so I'm actually just making assumptions that we're really writing this out. Like that this serial port write is actually happening. It's very possible that this is just not working because we haven't actually... Okay, well, I see a couple problems. One of them is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 bytes here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bytes here. So one might see that as a problem. Some might say I shouldn't do it that way, and okay, well, So that kind of means it sort of worked. I mean, it didn't actually work, but you know, it kind of sort of did. That was the Mac getting very upset at what we were doing here. So just to be clear, we set up a keyboard. If we see the keyboard, which that seemed to have happened, we were writing something that made it angry. But A should have, unless it was something real weird, like A was getting I don't know actually what happened. That feels like it should have worked. It was broken in such a way that is vaguely promising. Okay, now it's not promising anymore. Let's unplug and plug some things back in. Don't do that. Don't do that. It made it feel like something happened, you know? Like it made it feel, I mean, yeah, really some other input would be helpful here. I just don't want to read the serial port. And, don't do that. Okay, are we back to just broken again? Connect to COM3. This is what we're sending. 2. That's really 16. Why am I not getting any information back now? Connect to COM3. Send the fun data. We get a B back. That's what we want. And I get a B over there on the map. B, got a B. Everybody's B's, 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 B's. Seems good. You guys don't have to read the serial. I mean, we can. We may have to. Okay, it's working. I can type on the Mac. As long as I don't type... As long as I don't use any characters. I mean, any like special keys on the keyboard, including space, including the space bar is not acceptable. But just to show you, how am I going to show you? Will it come back? I mean, I can't do anything. I can't do any keys. I can't even do like space, shift, anything, because it's going to convert that into a string, like literally the string SPACE. So that doesn't work. Yeah, like that. I hit backspace. I didn't even mean to. I just did it. Okay, but I want to prove to myself and the world that this terrible idea is quote unquote working. So I'm going to grab this in a terrible way. I'm gonna move it over here. I'm gonna just look. Okay, here's the Mac. HELLO. That's me typing on the Windows keyboard. Where's the where's the other camera? We have the other camera somewhere. Why don't I just use that? Where it is? The hand cam, of course. Don't look over there. It's private. That part of the room is private. My eyes are up here. Okay, so as the hand cam goes, the answer is no. Okay, this is a lot of trouble just to... Okay, hang on. This is a whole lot of trouble just to look at this computer right here. But Here's the computer. This is quality content, right? It's very blurry. Trigger video, autofocus. Autofocus is on, but it's not good. Great job. Anyway, okay, this is me typing over here on the Windows keyboard. This is me. That's so blurry. Okay, hang on. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do one of these. Okay, they may be as sharp as we get at the moment. I mean, clearly, yeah, I mean, absolutely. People get government contracts for demos less robust than this. So, okay, I'm going to click here. This is me typing on the Windows keyboard, going through the Arduino Duo, it being an emulated keyboard. I can't hit any special characters, including space, or this whole thing will break terribly. I mean, well, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. You would think something as rudimentary feeling as getting a key code and knowing what the character was, like any other language or framework or platform, that would feel like, oh, that's no problem. It would be easy to figure out the key code. So we had a key event args.key. Let's just keep searching for this, even though I keep searching for the same thing and finding nothing. We're using WPF. We have a key event args.key to a char. That's all I want. So that's going the other way. Even though this says convert this to a char, it says you're tied. What? Oh no, did my mic switch? Oh, sorry. Why would that be true? I'm sorry. That probably sounded horrible. Because Windows likes to just decide to change inputs. Like Windows was like, oh, you plugged in a new thing? Well, obviously you wanted to, obviously you wanted that to be your default input, right? Of course you wanted that. Even though this microphone is extremely marked as the default, oh, Windows 11, something else. I kind of want a way to just say, I mean, Windows has so many stupid random fake virtual devices and all these different microphones and all this whatever that I never want to use. So I tried just setting this explicitly to say like, hey, explicitly use only this device, but still doesn't always do that. Okay, anyway, this person seems like they're asking, even though their title says one thing. Preview text input. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it sort of seems like the person meant the literal opposite of what the question was. Map virtual key. Am I asking something hard? I feel like this is not like a hard thing I'm asking, and it should just be a like, of course, here is the thing that you want. Of course. Wonder what this gives. It's a key from a virtual key. This is the key interop class. Does that give me anything interesting? No. So this does give me a WPF key, which is here. This is still seems different than the... Is that what I have? What do I have? I don't have all that stuff. What are you? You're a key event args.key, but what is the key? So can I convert that to a virtual key? So what is a virtual key? What's a virtual key? I don't know what that is. Then I convert that to char. Map virtual key A. Okay, is this what we have to do? Like some goofball multi-step process that's going to give you a virtual key from key that's in system.windows.input. Wait, I have it there. I have system Windows input. What are you mad about? Key interop. So this is going to give me what? Just an integer. And then from here, we need to map. What? This is going to make it even harder to get to. This sucks. That's to Unicode. What if I don't want you to Unicode though? If I want to ASCII. Okay, let's do this for now. I'm not going to worry about Unicode at the moment. Oops. This is the worst. I mean, that actually seems like it takes the keys down. Oh, because it doesn't have... Oh, man. You have to separately check and see. I don't think that's really what I want. Oh boy. Okay, so this would be like separately saying like whether or not the shift key is down instead of just saying like just tell me if you're okay. Is okay. Can we get this other event? Before we go this route, because this route is so stupid and terrible, and I hate it. Excuse me. Let's see if we can try this other thing. I don't really think we're going to be able to, but let's see. Let's see what all does have an on preview text input. The on text input. Let's try the on preview text input. We'll try it. Oh. Why can I only partially undo this? Okay. Good to see people talking about this. Maybe this makes more sense. So private void on preview text input is going to have an object sender and a what? Text composition event args. So we get the text. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay. I can seemingly type other characters. which is promising. Like shift works, that works. Okay, that's feeling promising. So let's try to do this. How do we make sure that we're always only getting like one character? Like just a substring. Just make sure we always only get one. So I would kind of buy this. So then we can presumably dump this. It's not very intuitive at all. But if it works, I'm fine with it. Oh my gosh. Oops. Okay. Definitely made it mad. That's a weird one. Got mad with the substring thing, it seemed. I want to be able to sync control characters and stuff for sure, but so I can backspace, which is good now. I can't hit enter. Huh. So enter isn't working. Gets control text. System text. Input text. What is control text? Funny is it should only be like the fact that, once again, make sure. So this should say like there is length to the text, or it shouldn't be printing at all. But when I hit enter, there is printing. Control doesn't, but enter does. But it doesn't, it's not actually printing that. And so I don't know. That maybe it means there's too many characters or something. I guess we could do something that's like, eesh. You probably can't do this, right? Can you? I mean, in this case, I think it might almost be like an underflow, in that. So oh well, that's even another funny thing I didn't even consider. Oh man, it was like the line feeds being different on Mac and Windows. So on Windows, I think it's 2 characters, right? CRLF. And so I think I was only sending 1 character, just the CR, not the LF, not the line feed. But on Mac OS, I think you need both. So I'm going to try to just loop through and send them all. So in other words, like I said underflow, because it's sort of like my buffer actually had 2 characters in them, but I was only sending the first one. So I think that's one problem. And then could also be totally wrong about this, by the way. And then the other problem would be like control character kind of. Yeah, I'm pretty okay. So the returns are funny, like, but the like return isn't working, but it feels like return actually could be straight up enter being wrong. Like backspace is working, arrow keys are not working. ASCII characters, like stuff like up arrow, down arrow, things like that. I don't actually know. Oops. Yeah, so do I need like a do I need some kind of translation table? Or should be okay, I guess. I have to think about this a little bit. So I want to print like if I want to print this as X, can I do this? Or two string X. Excuse me, if I just want to print the hexadecimal value. Seems unhappy about this. Why are you mad about this? Can you do... Pretty weird. Go from a string to a character back to a string, but whatever. Whatever. Let's try it. I think that's not quite... I mean, I know what I want to happen. I just don't really know how to make this do the thing. What? Okay, that seems to not work with the trace. Do that incorrectly? I think that's how you do that. Can I do a console write line here? Will that show up in debug? I don't think it does, unfortunately. Which is annoying. Why don't you print as hexadecimal? Okay, what do I actually want to see? I want to be able to see... Yeah, I just want to see the hexadecimal value of whatever the character I'm pressing is. I don't exactly understand why. Was it just that other function was unhappy? Is this gonna work? That just means whatever's in here as a... show the hex value for it. So why is it gotta be a jerk? Okay, so that's good. So I'm getting like, yeah, like A is, oops, B, C, D, E, F, 61. So that corresponds to our ASCII table, right? D is a carriage return. So that's good. So we're getting the CR, but not the LF. Is that how Windows works? Is only CR, but not LF? Or am I like not getting... So we're saying if we have text where I is equal to 0, I is less than or equal to that, go through and then get whatever character is there and then print it. So that kind of makes it feel like we are only getting that. But it could be that then the control character is a whole other thing. So what was that thing called? This whole business, like what do we actually have in here? What do you call it? One of these? I just want one thing that has everything. System text. Like what is the difference between system text, text composition, control text? What does that mean? What does it mean? I guess let's try the control text thing. This seems weird. I mean, at worst, we could have some kind of little conversion table, I guess. Not that I fully understand what's going on, but... like shift is handled correctly. When I do control A, just get weird results. Like control Z, for example, gives me a 1A. What does it mean? Gives me a substitute. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Is that what Control Z comes through as? Like if I did a Control A, what do I get? Oops. No, stop it. I get ones. So I'm getting a start of heading, basically. Pretty weird. Which I guess kind of makes sense if you're doing, you know, if you're treating this like, that's weird. Okay, so what does system text give us? This is still not great. I mean, as far as like getting shortcuts and stuff, this is really not. It's really not the thing we want. Control text. So we were control text all the way through here, right? And then the other one is system text. Oops. Probably not going to stream too much longer. This kind of makes sense. Oops. What's your problem? It's my problem. Yeah, I think I do the thing where I got partially through a thought and didn't finish the thought. Like, it kind of makes sense if this is really just showing you know, like text editing events, basically. Control V, Control C, Control X. Oops. I mean, obviously I want shortcuts to work. Control A. Doesn't work. So how do I do this? I mean, should I not be using the preview text input versus the other text input? I just don't even know. I feel like this shouldn't be this annoying. It's Windows, so everything's annoying, but I feel like there's just some obvious thing. We have on preview text. And on text. So what's the difference? Still get a text composition event args, but I don't know if they're different in some way. So, like, I feel like where this is sort of heading, I was hoping we could get the stuff we needed with the keyboard and mouse just in this land, like just in these event handlers, but I don't think we can. You know? I feel like we need raw text input. Raw input from the keyboard and mouse, but wants to ignore legacy keyboard and mouse window messages. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. Wish this example was a little more extensive because I don't know how to do this at all. And so it would be helpful with like even more context than what it is giving me. But I feel like this is kind of where we need to head. I just don't really know how to, you know, after we've done this, how do we then, where do you capture the event? Like, what is the right way? Something you just have to query in a loop or something? Is there some, I truly do not know. It'd be nice to just register an event handler or something. Like, how do I watch this?
I just want to go back.
I mean, I assume we just need a loop, right? Like, is that how you do this? Some loop that's just gonna do the business. And the window proc callback function. Okay. How can I do this in WPF land? Interesting.
I just want to go back.
How do we want to do this? I mean, it's a thing that I feel like is written 7 trillion times, right? So I just want an implementation of it that doesn't seem terrible. It's pretty weird. Is this getting fancier? Fancier than I want? How weird. Invert the vertical mouse axis. That's pretty weird. Kind of cool. I mean, should we just give up on everything I've written so far and just use this thing? Well, kind of interesting. Why is there no scroll bar on this page? Why? Why? Wait, I saw it. Okay, there it was. I just had to jiggle the page. That's very nice. Very useful. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It'd be a very different route than anything I started so far, but seems kind of cool. You have to have a driver. Hmm. I mean, then this could just be like a very secret thing that was just running in a very secret land. And then it would be pretty easy to have, for example, a keyboard trigger that would just capture whatever you're doing and intercept it and spit it out over serial. Okay, so the mouse code. Where was the one that inverted the mouse? So a mouse stroke. Absolute movement. So I think it's going to be pretty tricky. I mean, the keyboard kind of feels like you can do the thing. Stroke sequence, so that gives you all the keys that are down. Okay. I think I've streamed enough for today. I mean, I technically did the thing. Just so I feel like I've accomplished something, I'm going to type some stuff over there. I've gotten very blurry again. And we'll make some notes, some important notes. Is that focused? Maybe about as focused as we can get just pointing at a screen. Well, don't worry. We can do this. Great. I'd say that's a little overexposed. Very good. Nice and sharp. Okay, so I'm going to try to run this thing over here. Then I do a thing that lets you see both. Are you? Ah, hello. I mean, it's not very useful because we don't show anything here, I guess. But so over here, I've locked up the keyboard, so I can say, "Hello, my name is Scott. I am typing on my Windows keyboard and relaying it to my MacBook Pro. I am doing so in a ridiculous way. Latency isn't quite as bad as you might think." Okay, wait. Where's Binary C? Binary needs to see this. This is a roll. This is a triumph. I'm taking a screenshot right now to send this to Binary because it's so important. Um, however, it is dumb. I cannot use the return key or many other useful keys. Including control. Also, I haven't made the mouse work yet. I'm not sure if I will continue this or rework it using interception or whatever that thing was called. What was that thing called? It was called interception. I don't know. I think it's funny. I think it's kind of interesting. It was not all that hard to do this thing. The hard part was just dumb, you know, getting stuff converted to a character. There's still thanks, Mage. It is a silly thing. I think but it almost feels like it could be useful. Like this route to do things. The thing that would be nuts is like typing on a bunch of machines simultaneously or very easily. Yeah, you could imagine some very easy, like, say, for example, I spit this out, not to an Arduino Duo, but to a Teensy 3.6. And then that Teensy 3.6 talked to a bunch of Teensy LCs, for example. And each of those could have 6 of those, like, hooked to 6 computers simultaneously. And then you could switch through them and do different things. I mean, it's very silly. There's certainly better ways to do this. But for the very easy little simple thing that I wanted to do, like, it's not too far away, really. Okay, I want to test one more thing before calling it done. And I just want to see if I can... see if it'll work on my phone. I'll be right back. That was wrong. Hi. I'm still here. I'm still here.
I just want to go back.
Hi, it's me. Wait, it kept the camera settings. Okay, I'm gonna leave and it's gonna come back. And they're... I don't understand. I don't understand anything. Anyway, the camera didn't break. So what we're gonna do now is try to plug in this cellular telephone. And then go maybe to like notes or something. I'm going to create a note. So let's try to plug. I don't know if this is going to work. This accessory requires too much power. Shut up! You're not powering it. So nobody asked you to power. Well, Windows is, I mean, sorry, my iPhone is a dumb jerk. I don't really understand that. Why? I think that there's a really sensible, easy way around that. I mean, could try this. Give it some more power. Maybe?
I just want to go back.
Oops. Hello. It says. Wait, this is very important. Wait, is really struggling here. My reflection looks great though. That's good. That worked out very well. Configure video. Still feels like the exposure's kind of. Wait, that was the. I configured the. Oh gosh, I configured the wrong video. Wait, no, that was right. Configure this. Go here. Turn that off. Slide this in this direction. My phone went to sleep. Okay. Toy with the focus. Focus. This is a lot of effort for a very underwhelming thing, but sometimes underwhelming is all we have in life. Okay. Hello. I am typing this with one hand. Neat. What's the latency like? Actually not bad. It's fairly snappy. I don't think you're gonna like win any awards with it. Win some important game competitions. What's the word I'm looking for? Esports. I don't think I'm gonna be an esports champion here. Net capital. Nope. Okay. I mean, we made this thing, so here we are. What do we do with this? Is this actually worth carrying through a little further? Hey, at least I have spacebar now. The enter key, so there's a couple of approaches for the enter key. One, I think we could look at it. One of it is just like when we get keys, we need to like intercept them and replace them with something that is appropriate, or like that we feel like would be understood. So we could easily change we could capture this and send something different. So that would not be too hard. The arrow keys, I'm just not getting at all. And I think it's because the event we're capturing is like specifically text editing. Like you're messing with text, not just raw keyboard input. So we could try to do the raw keyboard input thing. That's sort of what that interop. I mean, the thing interop does. I'm sorry, interception. It does the two things. It lets you. Yeah, I mean, it does some things that are pretty handy. Like, because I kind of want to do both of these things because it can intercept stuff and it can like get the data. I don't need to rewrite stuff, but I do want to block it. I do want to say like, I'm getting mouse input and I'm totally going to swallow that input, which is pretty useful, I think. That means I have to remember how to write. I mean, this just looks like C code, right? Doesn't look very fancy. How do I compile it? Who knows? I think we have some kind of setup on this computer. What's the one? I don't even know. What is the setup we used? It is called MSys. So we could MSys it, right? Our friendly little development environment. Excuse me. I just got so sleepy. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I appreciate you stopping by, Webmage, and thanks for giving me some moral support. Boom Boom 215, thanks for stopping by. Anybody else watching this in the future, I don't know why you would do that, but thanks for doing so. And I think I've got to do a stream. I think we're gonna do an 11T stream. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. I don't exactly know. Anyway, we'll do it soon. We'll see you all so soon. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time. Bye.